welcome to From Scratch. Okay, guys. This is my very first podcast episode, guys. This is something new for me. If you know me, then you know. First of all, I love to yap. Second of all, I've been saying, oh my God, I need to have a podcast. I talk so much. I would have so many good conversations, good topics. So, here we are. Okay, so let's get down to business. From Scratch was originated by me. My name is Camille. I am a 24-year-old nursing student and a girl mommy, okay? Shout out to all the moms, period, but extra love to the girl moms. Because I know what it takes to deal with that attitude. Okay, now back to business, okay? This podcast will be about learning, building, and creating from zero. Hence, from scratch, because we're starting from zero. Right now, this is where we are with it. This is where we're going to be with it. I have me a nice little backdrop, and this is from scratch. And I was gonna do my makeup because I'm a makeup artist, y'all. For those that don't know, I am a makeup artist. I was gonna do my makeup. I was gonna put on some lashes, do it all up, put on a nice little top. But then I'm like, why would I do that and put on this facade, when y'all don't even know me? Let me give it to y'all how I'm gonna be looking majority of the time. And this bare face is how I look majority of the time. A little lip gloss on, maybe some lashes. I get some extensions here and there, Hair, I try to keep my hair done. Now that's a non-negotiable, okay? But yeah, majority of the time, this is how I look. So I'm just gonna bring it to you guys raw and uncut. And if you fuck with that type of vibe, you're my type of people. I feel like everything that is big has once started small. So From Scratch is basically gonna be a podcast where I give people encouragement and we're gonna learn how to do things from zero. All these billionaire companies and all of these millionaire people that are out there, they started small. They started somewhere, They had to start somewhere to get somewhere. So in this podcast, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start somewhere, which is episode 1. And we're gonna build hopefully to like season 22 or more. Thank you. But with that being said though, we're just gonna talk about all of the things that it takes to scale businesses, careers, just controversial topics, how it started small and it's gonna get big, If that makes sense. I hope I don't just sound like I'm rambling. I hope it makes sense. Okay. So, who is Camille? Like I said, I am a 24-year-old girl mom. I am a makeup artist. I have a business by the name of The Beauty Guru. I started The Beauty Guru in 2020 around the pandemic. We were all in the house. So me and my friends, we were still going out. We were still traveling the world, okay? So even though the world was shut down, we were still traveling. So then, you didn't want to go to people's house to get your makeup done. You didn't want to go to people's shop because we was fearing of the COVID. It was like the plague, If you was outside in the time of COVID, you know exactly how they got down. It was very like, no, don't want to be around strangers. People didn't even want to be around their family members, let alone a stranger. So I had to figure out how to do my makeup. Because, I was still going outside. Thank God came into my life and ordered my steps. I don't be outside like I used to. I'm in the house doing things like podcasting and making e-commerce. Second, I have an Amazon storefront under sto.beautyguru. I sell ebooks about how to scale certain businesses like vending machines and Airbnb, which is things that I have actually done. I also have a children's book. My baby Naomi, she has her own children's book, and I plan to make more with her. We just have to, you know, as she grows, we're going to have more and more and more. So please, please support my baby. I also have things like digital planners, digital journals, affirmation journals, and more things like that. So I'm into e-commerce a lot. I also sell on-hand products, like I sell lashes. Of course, being a makeup artist, why wouldn't you sell lashes? I sell lip gloss. My lip gloss is actually vegan, handmade. We love saving the animals over here. I'm all about paraben free, no GMOs, holistic mom here. Okay. I also sold Crocs, clothing. Like, I've done it all. In middle school, I used to sell snacks for a short period of time. I just been slinging that all my life. No, I'm just playing. But seriously though, I am a serial seller is what I like to call myself, because I'll find something that I like and I'll sell it. I maybe ride that way for a few months, or I may ride it for a few years. You never know with me, because I'm always doing something different. I'm always evolving. I go to church. I don't go in as much as I used to and as much as I would like, but I do praise the Lord in this house, okay? And I do go online, because they have that now, like, so convenient. Thank COVID for that, I guess, you know? So, with that being said, I am stepping out into public speaking. This is new for me, but it was like God ordained. I remember being like 4 years old, maybe not 4, but I remember being very young, and I had a dream. Also, I have a dream journal on my Amazon storefront as well. Write out those dreams that you have and watch them manifest. Like, come on, guys. Anyways, I had this dream when I was very young that I was on like this big mega stage, and I had like the microphone that go in your ear, and it got like the microphone down here. Like, very professional, very giving chic, giving exquisite, giving top tier, okay? So I had this dream, and I'm like, you know, like, okay, I'm like, it's just a dream. I was young, I just wrote it off, but I always remembered this dream. That's how I knew, like, the dream was like in my destiny. You know, when you have dreams and they stick with you, that's something that's like, okay, this is supposed to be in my destiny. You know, this is like ordained over my life, you know? So I remember having that dream, and I just was like, you know, okay, like, I don't want to speak. Like, I talk a lot, but I don't want to like be a speaker. So fast forward to 2025. I just finished nursing school. I have to take one more course. It's critical care. Whooped my ass, okay? Critical care whooped my ass in my 4th year. In my 4th year of nursing. So I have to retake that class. So in the meantime, I went after my LPN. Also, I decided to start public speaking. I decided to start a podcast because I felt some sort of like conviction or like disobedience if I did not use this gift. Because I really do have a gift, because when I was in high school, I used to go back and speak to the middle schoolers. Like, they used to always sign me up like, oh, can you please go mentor, you know, the little ones that's coming into high school. I was also a Girl Scout for majority of my childhood. I was a Girl Scout for a long time. And we used to always like go speak at nursing homes, go speak at community events. So speaking has always been one of my fortes, but I just never took it like seriously, because I didn't really, this is not something that I wanted to do. You know, I wanted to be a model. I wanted to be a nurse, like speaking, but here I am, because it was God ordained, you know? So, I did not have a plan. I just kept hearing, start a podcast, start public speaking. People listen to you. You influence people. People really like to hear what you have to say. I have a story, guys. Like, I have been through so much to only have been living for 24 years. I mean, an immense amount of trials and tribulations. You know, they say God give his strongest battles to his strongest people, and I'm just like, God, please take me off the list this year. I don't want to be on the list this year. So since I don't want to be on the list in 2026, I am going to take my gift of speaking and start implementing it like he has been telling me to do since I was 4 years old, you know? So with that being said, I am starting to public speak. I am starting this from scratch podcast, and we're just going to be talking about building everyday life, controversial topics, momhood, how to scale businesses, my digital products, my nursing school journey, if anybody is interested in that, and just my day-to-day life. Dealing with a 1-year-old Tasmanian toddler. She's the most beautiful girl in the world. She stole my birthday. She was born a day after my birthday. I was in labor for 48 hours with this girl. 48 hours. But nonetheless, that's my Leo bestie. I have a brother that passed away in 2017. I hold him dear to my heart. So if you guys hear me saying PJ, if y'all hear me like sometimes having a breakdown because I'm just like, dang, I wish my brother could have seen this milestone for my daughter, or I wish my brother could have met my daughter, that is who I'm talking about. I do also have another brother, and I have 2 more sisters, and I am the youngest. Who would have guessed? A lot of people always say, you act like the only child. They always tell my mom all of her kids act like the only child. So give a round of applause to Miss Mister, because she did that. She really did. She raised all of us, you know, to be pretty well off. You know, she had a good paying job for the years that she was in. She's in call center. Well, she graduated, babe. My babe graduated. She's way past call center now. But back then when we were young, she was in call center, and she was well off. So she provided for us everything that she could. And all people always like, are you the only child? Are you the only child? And it was 4 of us. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. I am from St. Louis, Missouri. My mom is from Detroit, Michigan. What's up to the D girls? Yes, yes. And it's so crazy because my college friends were from Detroit. It's like we had instantly clicked. Shout out to them. What else about me? I talk a lot. If I get off topic, just bear with me. You know, I have like squirrel brain is what I like to call it. Like my brain jumps from topic to topic to topic to topic. And I could go all day, you know. But nonetheless, this first episode was basically just for you guys to get a sense of who I am and to understand kind of what this podcast will be about and how I plan to scale this podcast from episode 1 to season 20s and on and on and on and on and on and on, because I really want to use this platform, per se, my podcast, as ministry as well. I would not be where I am today if it wasn't from the man above. If it wasn't from the Lord Almighty, I would not be anywhere that I am today. I wouldn't be half the woman that I am today. And I am still learning. So pump the brakes, okay? I am going to be on here preaching sometimes and maybe prophesying to you. I don't know. It's all what God wants me to do at this point, because I'm in the waiting season. So I'm in the season of just letting go and letting God, okay? I'm letting him order my steps. So don't be getting up under my comments talking about, oh, she's always talking about God, but she does this, this, and this. Or she says this, this, and that. I curse like a sailor, but I'm pulling back, okay? Because if y'all would have seen me 4 or 5 years ago, I used to be crashing out. I used to be up in the clubs. I used to work in a club. I used to, I used to be outside. I was in clubs at 17 years old. That's not even legal in St. Louis, Missouri, okay? So, with that being said, I have really came a long way. So, don't be a hater. Don't be trying to bring me back to where God already drugged me out of by my ankles, okay? if I do something wrong, out of line or out of step for you that don't align with you and your path with God, please don't project that onto me. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that here. This is a loving environment. You see the pink? This is a loving ambiance, okay? This is the ambiance where it's a safe space. This is the ambiance if you guys have any questions or you need some encouragement, if you need some prayer, if you need some spiritual warriors, if you need some tongue warriors, if you need just some advice, I'm here for that. If you need some happy encouragement, you just want to talk on the phone like, hey girl, I don't got that many friends. I know you like to talk a lot, so I'm calling you. I'm here for that. I'm not here to go back and forth with everyone's viewpoints or to argue back and forth or debate about politics or about how you feel about this or how you feel about what I do with my kid. We're not doing that on this podcast. I'm delivered, but don't get it twisted. Anyways, I just wanted to come on here and say, start, even if you broke. Start, even if you depressed. Start, even if you feel you're not good enough. Start, even if you feel like it's not for you. Start, even if you feel like the market is oversaturated. Start, even if you feel like you just don't feel like doing it today. You have to start. It starts with you. Just like me with this podcast, I don't have a microphone. I don't have a shit. I'm just on here starting from scratch, okay? I'm just on here starting from scratch. So my encouragement, my advice for you today is to start. Because if it's for you, you're going to prosper no matter what you got. You're going to prosper no matter who says what. Because you want to know why? It's for you and it's not for them. And just a little tidbit, don't over-explain yourself to nobody. Set your boundaries and let it be that. You don't have to explain your boundaries to nobody. You don't have to do any of that. Just be you, okay? Never let nobody or social media make you feel like you got to be somebody else, because that's how that person feels. God got you, girl. God got you, sir. God got me. God got me. I'm doing this with zero, and we finna work our way up. So if you want to be a part of this mission, if you want to be a part of this turned up club, start from scratch with me. Bye. See y'all on episode 2.
Hey. Your whole will get slayed. Down. Your whole will get slayed. Slay. Your whole will get slayed. Turn up. Bring her around these slums. Your whole will get slayed. Hey.